What's up, YouTubes? I'm back! It's been 5 months since I made my last video. I've had a shitload of stuff happen to me. It's been crazy. I've lost both dagger boards, both rudders, grounded the boat. I met a lot of cool people. I've got like 2 terabytes of video footage to show you guys to make movies out of. The girl sitting next to me is my gold queen. She's been on the boat for 5 months. Kim, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Kim. I'm from Berlin. He calls me daughter of Schwarzenegger. Makes fun of my accent the whole time, and that's why I'm not gonna talk much.
No, you have to talk. Your accent's cute. So, where the hell have I been? I've gotten a lot of comments on YouTube about like prospecting where I've been. One, are you in Cuban prison, man? No, I'm not in Cuban prison. Although, I probably should be. Did I get caught smuggling drugs in Mexico? No, but I was searched and they didn't find anything. Thank God. I thought I might have had some, but I didn't. Did the Coast Guard stop me and impound my boat? Yes, they did stop me. No, they didn't impound my boat. I've got friends. I know people. Did I quit sailing? I don't think so. The real story is I left you guys in South Cuba after episode 4. I got a girl crew, Melissa. She was awesome. She helped me sail down to Cayman and over to Mexico. So when we made it to Cayman, we met this crazy guy named Denton. He is awesome. He took us into his house. He made us food every day, just like the richest, craziest food you can imagine. Just super, super nice cat. And had a Caymanian accent, you know, like it was kind of hard to understand him. We gathered coconuts from his house. He showed me all the endemic fruit that grows in Cayman. It's just a beautiful island. They have mooring balls all around the island for people with boats, so it doesn't destroy the reef. Good idea, Cayman Islands. We toured the island. He had a grand piano in his house, and I spent lots of hours playing that. And then Melissa and I jumped ship, sailed to Isla Mujeres, Mexico, which is directly west, about, I don't even know, it was 2 days, 300 miles, something like that. We rented a car and visited Chichen Itza, which is a big Mayan ruin, like the biggest one in Mexico, I think, right? Do you know?
It's the most famous, the most touristy.
It's pretty neat. Mel had to leave and start her dream job in Europe, and Angela joined me for crew, and she's awesome. You guys remember her from episode 1. We met some really cool people named Ren and Ashley that run a company teaching people to free dive called Evolve Freediving. Check it out, it's really cool. They have a cute little girl. They actually have raised her on the boat, so she's only lived on the boat, and she's like a little monkey. She's got all these secret passageways in their trimaran. Pretty cute.
Hands in! Hands in! What do we say, Team
Yeah! So then we sailed to Cozumel, Mexico. We went diving down there. We sailed to Tulum, and we sailed to Punta Allen, Mexico. And on the way into Punta Allen at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I ran my boat aground on the reef. I was trusting the chart. I just didn't, you know, I was pretty new to cruising, and I screwed up bad. I wish I would have got a video. It did run through my mind to get the camera, but it was just such a crazy situation that...
I didn't have time. I think it was the moment that he said the boat was going to sink.
I thought the boat was going to sink. I looked down in the porthole and there was 3 feet of water in it, way over the boards. We hailed Mayday on the VHF, channel 16. Nobody even answered.
But she floats. Thank you.
Man, that was crazy. I ended up sailing back up to Isla Mujeres, talked to Ren and Ashley, the couple with the freediving company, and they hooked me up with an old salty Trimariner. And in sailing lore, Trimariners are good luck, and this guy was awesome. Lance, you are the man. I am forever grateful, my friend. Much love. We're on our way to Progreso. I'm here with Mr. Lance Leonard. Your last name's Leonard, right?
Correct.
Where are we?
Cavacatoche.
Oh, we got another fish! Here, hold that. Then we sailed it another 200 miles or something to Progreso. So I sailed it all of 400 miles, and I didn't even realize how bad the bottom was. Like, it was leaking water through. I took chunks of coral out of the foam of the boat. So I pulled the boat out, and Lance was there every step of the way. I spent 31 days in the yard. I rebuilt both dagger boards. I rebuilt the entire bottom. Mel came back on hiatus from work in Europe and painted sharks' faces on the boat, which are just bitchin'. I wanted that since before I bought the boat. I told the guy that I met, the second owner that I met in Maui, that I wanted these shark's teeth, and you know what he said to me? He was like, "You'll grow out of that." Obviously I didn't. I'm 4. So then I splashed the boat, the new and improved Zingaro, sailed solo all the way back to Isla, which was like 180 miles as the bird flies, but I ended up doing like 400 miles or something because I had to tack back and forth, and I don't like using my engine, so it was a really good sail for me. Caught a lot of fish. Good time. I like being by myself. No offense. And then I met Kim!
Yeah!
I sailed back to Isla Mujeres after fixing the boat, had a brand new boat, brand new blue bottom, which is all gone now. We met 2 American boat captains that came with us to Cozumel, and then when we got down to Cozumel, we used the sub wings that I built in my dad's garage before I even got the boat, and finally got a chance to use them, and you got to hear this guy's explanation.
It was the coolest experience of my life.
No way!
It was the best.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Have you ever seen Waterworld?
Yeah.
You know when he goes down to the city?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. It was so amazing.
While we were there, Kim got stranded with the dinghy and got some help from some guys on shore.
First time using the dinghy alone, being the captain. And I got saved by Robinson Crusoe, who's sitting underneath a tree with some Mexicans.
There was like 6 of them, and their mother, one of their mothers, on a 30-foot boat.
And a dog.
With no, oh yeah, and a dog too. With no cushions, no head. They were shitting in a bucket. The guy made his mother shit in a bucket. And it was awesome. So we side-tied to them, had parties every night. They trashed my boat. It was just, we had a good time. Next, we sailed back up to Isla Mujeres together, dropped everybody off, and we met Richard. And Richard has a bottle island. Okay, so the guy made an island out of about 150,000 bottles taped together in the bottom of the island. And he's got like a concrete bathtub on the 2nd floor of this hotel that he has on this island.
It's not only an island, it's a...
Well, what he did was he took bottles, put them in bags, closed them off, collected all the bottles, and then took mangroves and just planted them in the bottles, and they grew and the roots kind of held it together. We also met some fellow YouTubers called Project Atticus. Awesome people. Please subscribe to their channel. They're on my featured channels, and they helped us fix our jib. Our jib had a big rip. Actually, it still really does have a huge rip, but you know what? Desiree and Jordan, you guys are awesome. Thank you for fixing my sail. The sail is completely screwed now, but your tear, or your repair, is the best part of the sail.
It's
really
white and beautiful and untouched.
Looks nice. And then we finally left Isla Mujeres. I think we were there for like 2 months or something. Oh, Barracuda! He can fly! On the way to Grand Cayman, about 50 miles off the coast, the boat just started doing circles, and we couldn't figure it out. We were just getting pissed. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I fired up the engines, took the sails down, and we were like, screw it. We motored the rest of the way. We got in the afternoon, and we met Denton. I introduced Kim to Denton, and he gave us one of his friend's moorings, and it was just awesome. We didn't have to be on the boat anymore. He took us in, and as we were leaving, I was taking him and his son out to the kiddie wake, which is like a wreck there. And his son was like, hey, aren't you supposed to have 2 of them? And I'm like, what are you talking about, kid? You don't know what you're doing. And he's like, all right. So I jumped in, and I was missing my damn rudder. And I didn't even know it. And we were about to leave for Jamaica with 1 rudder. Yeah, so we ended up having to stay. This was like after maybe a week. We ended up having to stay for almost a month to rebuild another rudder. And it was actually a really cool experience for me because I've never worked with foam like that before. So I got enough foam to make 2 just in case. I made 2 skeletons just in case. I should have made 2 rudders, but that's another story. That's another story.
Explain to the viewers at home.
So James finished the rudder today, as far as I know, and we're gonna go and get it and install it.
What do you mean as far as you know? What's that supposed to mean?
I've been at home the whole day reading, so I didn't see the rudder yet.
That's
and I
messed
don't
up.
know if the story is true that it's actually finished.
How many days have you been chilling here while I've been working on the rudder?
I stopped counting.
Oh, come on, it's been like 3 days. Come on. She's
Let's
like,
go.
oh, it's the worst ever. I'm stuck in Cayman
I
Island.
was not even complaining. Asshole.
So, we finished the rudder. We left Cayman for Jamaica. And this is where we were trying to get the whole time anyway. I'm like, I am getting to Jamaica. I want to see Jamaica. I want to smoke some Jamaican weed. This is happening.
What's happening, you want to know?
Yeah.
Well, look outside, the rudder's missing.
We lost the other rudder on the way. And this time we knew what happened. We almost made it to Jamaica and we had to turn around and go to Cayman again. But we went this time to Cayman Brock. I ended up making another rudder on the beach there. Everybody knew us because I was the kid making the rudder on the beach.
I was the one hitchhiking around the whole island the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
In circles.
It was really fun. We got taken in by a very lovely lady named Deborah. Thank you, Deb. You're awesome. Miss you. I want to see her again, man. She was so rad. She sang us a goodbye song right before I got into a fight with the immigration guy. I was trying to call you guys all the way around the island. That's what happened. I couldn't find where to go. He needed to catch a flight. And I was like, okay, well, if no one's going to answer me, I'm pulling in and I'm going to get him to the airport.
I'll tell you something, man. That's how you operate?
Dude, I couldn't get a hold of anybody.
But that's how you operate.
But I didn't know where to go, dude. I had one rudder.
But let me ask you this, right?
We ended up leaving for Jamaica for, was it the third time? No, it was the second time. We tried to get there twice. We finally made it to Jamaica, which was my personal favorite. Just because it was such a long road, it was just so many things beating us down, trying not to get there, and we made it.
Yeah.
We could only spend like a week there though, because we were in the hurricane zone during the hurricane season, and there was a hurricane that went right south of Jamaica, and we got scared and we just left right after that. Let's see, what else happened in Jamaica? Nothing really, we just smoked pot and hung out. Oh, Greg came down and brought a drone. I finally got a drone, yes! I got it on eBay for $700, dude, with the case, bitchin'. I got a new camera because I had dropped my camera in the water, accidentally.
Then we started, which was promised as a beautiful ride to Colombia, 5 days.
I told her it was gonna be awesome.
Constant wind from behind. And
I didn't say from behind. I said on the beam.
Well,
I said on the
It's
beam.
gonna be an awesome trip, and it was a nightmare at the end.
It was a nightmare, yeah. Shark got my dolphin dinner. That would have been a good dinner too.
That was the worst trip.
Actually, we almost died that trip.
We almost
Seriously,
died that trip.
There was at one point I looked down in the starboard hull. Didn't even realize there was 1,000 gallons of water in the forward hatch, dude. It was scary. And we were like 200 miles off Jamaica. I mean, you have no idea how close we came to dying. I don't think that Jamaica even has a fucking navy.
We wouldn't have died. It's
Are you
made out of
serious?
foam.
Yeah,
And
it
we
would
had
have
some
floated.
spear guns and water. You know, we wouldn't have died. It would have just sucked for a long time.
I would have ate you. You would have died. The point is, we were leaving for Colombia, and we didn't have a chart. We didn't have any GPS. All we had was the DeLorme with the bearing to the GPS coordinate that I had put in there. And when we got to Cartagena, we both looked at each other and we saw all these skyscrapers and we're like, oh shit, we f***ed up. This isn't the right place.
This is Panama City already?
But it ended up being Cartagena. Lo and behold, Cartagena is a huge city with all these skyscrapers and this old part of the city. It's got a wall that goes around it. It's a bitchin' city. So finally we decided to leave. It's really easy to make a little bit of money here because you can charter your boat, just take people between Panama and Colombia or Colombia and Panama. Usually they pay about $5.50. We had people on the boat for like $2.50 and we took 5 and it was awesome. I didn't do anything. We just convinced a couple of the people that if they're gonna get a good deal, they're gonna clean and cook.
Which they did.
They broke a bunch of stuff though, so I mean, I didn't really make that much money.
A little tour?
Yeah, so you're gonna say, we just got to the San Blas and look what we're doing.
Okay, we just got to the San Blas and look what we're doing. Here, my friends, you can see our dinner. What? It looked like a shark when we got it. but it is
Cobia.
yeah, right. So here we are. That's the story of what we've seen the last almost 5 months and the 5 countries. And now it's the question where we're going next. Where are we going next, Captain?
So right now I want to go to the Marquesas, and it's hurricane season in the south, and it's just about to switch to hurricane season in the north. So it's not the right time. We have to wait about 6 months before we go across the Pacific. So I want to get through the canal while I have the money, and we have 3 different options, and we'd like you guys to vote on what we're gonna do. Please click this. What are our options? Or maybe it's over here. I'm not really sure.
Well, yeah, whatever. So our options are: number 1, seeing the Easter Islands by boat, which is, I think, quite crazy undertaking. Can you say I like that? Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm worried, because he's the one in charge. So either Easter Islands or hauling out in Ecuador, seeing a bit of the inland, and I don't know, just walking around and
Doing some ayahuasca in Peru.
for example, or sailing up the west coast, a little bit in Central America. I don't know what's there, Costa Rica and stuff. Maybe up to Hawaii even. And yeah, so we'd like to have a little feedback on that. So if you could please vote to help us decide. Yes.
You sound like a German. It's a German. They don't get excited.
We do get excited a lot about football and not about YouTube videos.
Beer.
So,
Wow, that was like a slap in the face. This is my life.